So good evening, everyone. My name is Lisa Nash. I am the CEO of Blue Planet Network. As you know, I'm coming to you live from Oxford University, where I'm representing BPN at the Skoll World Forum. It's an annual gathering of social entrepreneurs seeking to find ever better ways to tackle the fundamental issues of human economic and social development. And it's a very appropriate backdrop for what I want to share with you today. Number one, that safe drinking water is at the core of what the social entrepreneur community has to tackle to realize our goal of doing good while doing well. And number two, that investing in Blue Planet Network is the smartest way to ensure your investment scales to have the greatest impact on the most people possible. Next slide, please. Blue Planet Network doesn't dig wells, we don't build toilets. We can help everyone involved in the water and sanitation sector be smarter in everything they do and have a greater impact on solving the global safe drinking water crisis as a result. Our approach is to enable our member organizations, funders, implementers, analysts, to effectively plan, fund, manage, track, and evaluate sustainable clean water programs worldwide while creating innovative opportunities for cross-sector learning and impact. Our goal is to empower 4 million people with access to sustainable clean water by 2016. Next slide, please. Blue Planet Network's foundation is built on two solid components. Number one, our award-winning platform and mobile services, and number two, a global learning community of 97 water and sanitation expert organizations. BPN can support our members in achieving scalable, measurable, and sustainable solutions that deliver clean water and improve sanitation to a community, and so much more. What counts is the long-term impact of our actions, health, empowerment, and opportunity. You give people the tools they need, and just watch out. Next slide, please. The sheer magnitude of the global water crisis is devastating. Many of you already know that nearly 1 billion people don't have access to safe drinking water, and that over 2 billion no basic sanitation. What you may not know, however, is that the return on investment is enormous. The United Nations Development Program has determined that for every investment of $1 in water and sanitation, there is an $8 payback in reduced healthcare costs and improved economic productivity. Who wouldn't take that bet? Next slide, please. Blue Planet Network didn't want to duplicate the efforts of thousands of other nonprofits building wells or toilets. We wanted to address fundamental structural barriers that were preventing implementers, funders, and the public from building long-lasting solutions. We chose 4 barriers to attack. Number one, the siloed nature of the sector, causing all organizations to do everything instead of what they do best and not being able to learn. Number two, the scarcity of accountability and transparency in the sector. Number three, the inadequate measurement and evaluation of work done in order to improve it. And finally, the inability to scale promising approaches quickly and broadly. When we launched the network in 2006, we definitely were ahead of our time. Next slide, please. But as Bob Dylan says, the times they are a-changin' and the sector is catching up. Many new trends are emerging. Many new types of groups are jumping in. There are more cell phones than toilets. To use technology to drive lasting social innovation. Next slide, please. Blue Planet Network is a living, breathing community. Our members and customers bring value to Blue Planet Network and take value from it and from each other. Starting in the upper left-hand box labeled NGO for non-governmental organization, our implementing members bring their project proposals to manage on our platform and contribute their deep experience that others can learn from. Our funders provide financial support for many of these proposals and a desire to see and support the impact of their investments. Our local communities are also involved from the earliest stages of a project plan and provide the person power that drives construction and the ongoing management of the created water and sanitation points. As a result of peer review of its project plan on our network, the NGO leverages the experience of other expert BPN members to optimize its plans. They are able to use our platform to manage, monitor, and evaluate their work from plan through long-term production. The funder gains pre-vetted projects that specifically match their criteria and the opportunity to watch their implementation and see the impact of their support for years to come. The local communities gain the critical, sustainable clean water and sanitation they need, and the additional benefits of improved health, increased education for girls, and overall economic development. As a result of being trained on the management of their water project, the community also gains leadership skills they can use to address other local issues. Blue Planet Network is the platform, the conductor, the catalyst that resolves these four critical barriers: sector silos, lack of accountability, insufficient monitoring and evaluation, and a path to scaling that enables long-term project success and community growth. Next slide, please. Blue Planet Network revenues come from several sources: foundations, corporations, individuals, and new to our mix, strategic partnerships with large nonprofits that will pay to use our platform and services to complement their deep field capabilities. The expansion of our platform, member support, and facilitated funding of water and sanitation projects are our major expense categories. As you can see, our model from now until 2016 calls for nearly $3.3 million in new revenue to build out our platform and services, and over $4 million to invest in sustainable, safe drinking water projects. Together, this investment will enable 4 million people to get and to keep safe drinking water, and the opportunity for health, education, economic advancement clean water can grow. The average on-the-ground cost per person decreases 14% from $43 per person to $37 per person. The average BPN platform cost per person decreases 84% from $1.28 per person to only 21 cents per person, a small investment to ensure the most effective use of funds for the most sustainable outcome. Next slide, please. We've identified 6 factors as critical to Blue Planet Network's success over this time period. In the area of financing, we need to secure 1 to 2 strategic partnerships to drive growth, revenue, and organizational capabilities. We're well on the one to securing 1 as we speak. We also need to expand our business model to unlock platform value for new audiences like impact investors and create recurring revenue streams. On the operations front, we want to push the adoption of the platform in collaborative community by target funders and implementers to continually improve our members' outcomes and increase our sector influence. We also need to scale the scope of our water program data collection and analysis to deliver leverageable insights to improve impact for all. And finally, as far as technology goes, we will be launching BPN 2.0, a redesigned platform and monitoring services by the end of the year 2013. We also want to continue to break down silos across organizations so that the insights we gather can be leveraged by others and vice versa. Next slide, please. Let me introduce you to the Blue Planet Network management team. Each of us brings deep knowledge of our own field of expertise, but even more important than that, we work well as a team. I am proud to say that in our case, the whole is definitely greater than the sum of its parts. Next slide, please. Blue Planet Network is built to scale. Our tech and our collaborative knowledge-sharing process can support 4 million people or more as easily as it can support 800,000 people. This chart shows the dollar amount of water and sanitation projects managed on the BPN platform over time. $33 million in 2011, $148 million in 2016. That translates into 4 million people with safe drinking water and or sanitation by 2016, up from 800,000 people in 2011. The real step change begins to happen between 2013 and 2014 when the benefits of our platform redesign efforts begin to kick in. Next slide, please. The rapid increase in program dollars managed on our platform and number of people accessing water and sanitation as a result translates into a rapid decrease, 84%, in Blue Planet Network's unit costs, from $1.28 per person served in 2012 to 21 cents per person served in 2016. This decrease also is fueled by the decrease in actual annual BPN costs once we build out our platform and get enough volume going through it. Next slide, please. All of our key indicators all scale easily. We call this the network effect, and it's our engine of growth. Next slide, please. I joined Blue Planet Network 5 years ago. My entire background up till then was in senior marketing and management positions for large consumer services companies in Silicon Valley social ventures. Frankly, back then, I wasn't at all sure whether the BPN model would test out, whether my skill set was the right match to help it fulfill its potential. While I am more than convinced today, I am a passionate advocate of the increased impact Blue Planet Network helps its members have on health, education, economic advancement for the communities we serve, and a dispassionate endorser of the model that lets BPN scale so effectively. We have a breakthrough, cost-effective approach applied to one of the most intractable problems facing humanity, the lack of sustainable sources of safe drinking water. Today we are seeking $1.5 million in catalytic grants and venture philanthropy. This investment will enable us to build out our platform and services, and as a result acquire $2 million in additional strategic partner fees from large nonprofits, as well as $4.2 million in incremental funding for water projects. On its own, this is a 300+ return on investment. $34 million in additional benefit also will accrue in the form of decreased healthcare costs and improved economic activity that sustainable, safe drinking water delivers. Finally, we will attract an additional $103 million in water programs being managed more effectively on our platform by our members. Limitless social ROI in what this sustainable clean water will enable for vulnerable populations, especially women and girls. The opportunity I present today is the chance to transform the lives of 4 million people, which will indirectly transform each of our lives as well, for an investment of $1.5 million. This is a smart, scalable investment, and I look forward to proving it out in partnership with each and every one of you. Thank you.